This is what it looks like when a stone-cold killer feigns bad memory.
And I don't remember that year. I can't remember. I had my own, and I don't remember. But I know I did all the tours and stuff. I can't remember exactly. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't remember specifically. No.
Okay.
And tries to use age as a shield.
I need to get this next appointment next week and find out what's going on.
A woman whose obsession with a man turned to murder, and she laughs it off like a psychopath.
Well, yeah, we found out what he was doing.
Yep,
basically.
Yep, right.
But 37 years later, the law finally catches up with her.
I'm going to take you down to the jail today, okay?
I got some appointments. I suppose I can't.
You're not going to make those appointments, unfortunately. I'm
I know.
sorry.
Here you go.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thanks. How was your day trip yesterday?
Oh, it was fine.
Good.
I have a seat. I moved the cat.
Oh, okay.
The sun. I don't think it fits.
No, I'm good.
This seemingly friendly elderly woman is Mary Jo Bailey. She might look harmless now, but the story behind the smile is more sinister. Mary Jo Bailey was accused of killing Yvonne Mink in 1985 out of jealousy over their shared lover, Jack Owens. At the time, police couldn't charge her because she had an alibi, and no physical evidence linked her to the scene. Decades later, new interviews expose contradictions in her story, revealing her deeper involvement in the murder. By 1989, Jack moves on with a new partner, Linda, but continues contact with Mary Jo Bailey. When the relationship grows serious, Mary Jo breaks into their home, vandalizes photos, and begins harassing Linda with threats over the phone and damage to her car.
There's this phone call between you and Yvonne, and correct me if I'm wrong, in like 1983, where...
It could have been.
Could have been.
I have no idea anymore.
And that was the call where you and Yvonne had to talk about
Well, yeah, we found out what he was doing.
Yep,
basically.
Yep, right. And you talk about it, and
Yeah.
and then yesterday you mentioned that there was a phone call with Yvonne, or you made to Yvonne, where you're looking for Jack.
Yeah, that was the night I was supposed to be out there to ride, and he wasn't there.
Okay. Do you remember if you actually talked to Yvonne, or if that was a...
No, I think I just asked for him.
Okay, so someone did answer the phone.
Yeah, I think it would have been her, probably. I mean, I
Okay.
assume. I don't know if some kids were living with her at that time.
Okay.
She got children, I think, and
Yeah.
so I don't know if they were there or not.
Okay.
Oddly, something similar happened to Yvonne Mink. Between 1983 and 1985, Yvonne's family received repeated phone calls from a muffled female voice asking about Yvonne and Jack. The final call was on December 10th, 1985, when a woman asked her daughter what time Yvonne left for work. 2 days later, Yvonne was shot at that exact hour. Her daughter, Julie Mink Connor, heard the shots, but was too late to save her, as she bled to death in her house stairwell. Meanwhile, Mary Jo struggles with that year and dates. According to her, after Yvonne's death, Jack kept his distance from the horse shows for a while. When he finally returns the following summer, Mary Jo is still around. Yet, she just can't seem to recall how their relationship was.
And I don't remember that year. This was 85. I can't remember. I had my own horses. I was not working. And I don't remember. I honest to God don't remember. Or he came to some of the shows that I saw, but I just don't think I was working with him, was sharing transportation at that time.
Mm-hmm.
I just cannot remember for sure which years.
You guys weren't romantically involved?
No.
Okay.
We're still friends and
Yeah.
whatnot, and
Yeah.
yeah, because I think he used to do some shoeing for me, if I remember back there at one time.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't romantically involved. They remain friends, tied by their shared work and history in the horse circuit. But the connection never really fades.
And I do remember the one time when he got sick, he called me, because I was working at my daughter's. Oh my God, that would be years after, maybe even. And I didn't even recognize his voice on the phone. And he said, when you come back, can you stop over and bring me some crutches? And I thought, what in the world? So I went over, and he was really sick. I took him to emergency.
Out of everyone he knows, it's Mary Jo he calls for help.
Until he got feeling better, and then goes, he got feeling better, he got ornery, and I left.
Yeah, right.
That's his personality.
That's when the manipulation begins. After Yvonne's murder, Jack is vulnerable, and Mary Jo uses that to keep him close. For her, Yvonne's death means no competition. But when Jack meets Linda, everything falls apart. Mary Jo tries to move on. Around 1988 or 1989, she remarries. Her new husband quickly realizes how obsessed she is. The marriage ends, and Mary Jo's attention drifts back toward Jack.
Jim Moore, remember yesterday when I came in, I said we're investigating a tip with Jim Moore. So I'm going to go into that a little bit, okay? So back reading the police reports, there's a lot of talk about a gun.
Oh yeah, because I was trying to sell mine. What did I have at the time now? That was it's the 22 pistol I got yet. And Jim was going to try and sell it for me. He knew people. And so, but he gave me his 22 rifle in case I needed it. And because I had rats coming across my, down the road there's a farm, and then he had a garbage dump, which was right on my fence line. And when it got cold, the rats started coming. So I was shooting the rats before they got in my barn.
Oh, okay. All right.
For context, in her first 1985 interview, Mary Jo Bailey admits to owning a .22 caliber pistol with a .38 frame. She claims she gave the weapon to a friend, Jim Moore, in late fall of that year because she wanted to sell it. This was around the same time Yvonne Mink was shot. Jim isn't just a friend. He's a former lover who lent her a .22 Remington rifle, the same caliber used to kill Yvonne Mink. Decades later, detectives find Mary Jo's story unchanged. She claims she gave her pistol to Jim, took his rifle to shoot rodents, and never fired it. But investigators find something troubling.
How about any of the other, like Linda Larson's name comes up a lot in the reports. Have you
Yeah,
talked
she
to
was
her?
my friend. No, I haven't talked to her in a long time.
Okay. Was she someone that you would always consider to be kind of honorable and truthful, or was she?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Back in 1985, Mary Jo's friend Linda Larson vouched for her character. It's not until December of 2022 that she confessed to knowing more than she let on.
There is a tip that was brought forward that I don't even know a timeline. I will say shortly after Yvonne was killed, whatever that means.
Yeah.
Right. That you brought some clothes to Jim Moore's house, and either you burned the clothes at Jim Moore's house or Jim Moore burned them for you. I think the tip is not necessarily that specific.
Linda Larson claims Mary Jo brought clothes to Jim's house after the murder, and that someone burned them. The details match the timeline.
No, I never burned any of my car. I mean, I was out there on and off, but I never did anything like that.
Did you ask Jim to burn any clothes for you? Jim lives in California.
Oh.
So we've talked to Jim, and we have an interview with Jim, and we've confronted him on the same thing. And this is where I'm not going to tell you some of the stuff I can't tell you.
Then comes confirmation from someone who was there, Jim Moore. The information he provides aligns closely with the tip from Linda Larson, who admits that Mary Jo gave Jim both a .22 pistol to sell and clothes to destroy immediately after the murder. And that's when the case shifts from rumor to evidence.
That has also aided our case, okay? And it suggests, with a reasonable degree of certainty, that the boot prints in the snow that were found that morning, remember we talked about the Arctic Cat boots?
Yep.
Do you remember the Arctic Cat boots?
I had many pairs of boots.
But the boots that you turned over, do you remember turning those boots over to law enforcement?
I don't remember specifically, no.
Okay, alright.
Because I had probably 3 or 4 pairs of boots.
Those prints tell their own story. During the original investigation, Mary Jo turned over a pair of size 5 Arctic Cat snowmobile boots. In 1986, analysts noted the prints resembled her boots, but couldn't be sure. Now, modern testing confirms a high probability match. And that print isn't just near the body, it's right beside it.
Yeah, so
Prints are anyway. I mean, I don't know what they are, what they look like.
Right there, right by the body, and then there was another print that was found down the alleyway, and that is in the same location that we have at least one eyewitness who saw the suspect.
Oh.
That has a very, very consistent physical description.
An eyewitness also leaves prints nearby, describing someone that matched Mary Jo's physical description. Without missing a beat, she adds to it confidently.
Yeah.
And they seem to think that's what that person had on.
Right.
Everything begins to line up. The gun, the clothes, the boots, the coat.
That your boots, the boots that were found in your house, are the same boots that were found next to the body. So,
I'm saying, I guess
how
they're
did
not.
that happen?
They're not.
Okay. Would there be any other explanation as to how that would happen?
I don't know. It could be somebody else had boots like them. I don't know. They weren't mine. I mean, I was not there, those prints. And they took my long gray coat, so I assumed that's what they were looking for, somebody with a long gray coat. And they never gave it back to me. So I don't know.
That gray coat would become the nail in the coffin. The gloves come off.
There's some other DNA evidence that is out there that we're probably going to keep pretty tight to the vest.
Oh,
just
yeah.
because that's our case. Right?
The detectives request a polygraph test, but nearly 40 years ago, her lawyer advised her not to take one, and she still refuses.
But the polygraph isn't always accurate. That's the thing.
So
That's what I've been
so I
told,
can't.
and I've heard of instances, and that's where it makes me leery.
Sure.
Detectives change tactics.
One of the other things we wanted to do would be, would you submit to giving us your DNA? Because when we look back at the case file, in '85, DNA technology wasn't what it is now. Collecting.
I'd have to talk to an attorney first before because I don't know enough about this stuff. I would have
Okay.
to actually talk to an attorney,
Okay.
I think.
Okay. What is it that concerns you about that?
Suddenly, Mary Jo is not a confused old lady anymore. She is testing the waters, trying to see what the police have on her.
So the benefit for you, of course, I'm
Okay,
talking
then
from a law
my
enforcement-
thing was my DNA's on those boots. You got it there.
I can't get into the.
But I mean,
science.
you've already got it. To me, you've already got it.
I can't get into the science part of it.
Yeah,
but,
that's-
but remember when I tell you that I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh no, I know,
So
I know. But I
there's
mean, that's what I'm thinking. You've got it already. If those are my boots.
The detectives already have a plan for that.
We do have a warrant that Steve has, and that's what they're designed to do is get a warrant in for your DNA. Because we weren't sure if you would say yes or no. We just have to have that in our back pocket, right? Because I don't want to fly back out to Arizona. So we do have a warrant to get your DNA.
They reveal they've come prepared with a warrant. Whether she agrees or not, they'll get her DNA today.
There's a lot going on in this case, and we've uncovered a lot in this case. Okay, 37 years is a long time, and on one hand, that hinders a case. When you take it over because of the timeline, people's memories fade, people die. But on the other hand, technology gets better, okay, than it was back in '85. And some people actually come forward and say, you know what, I didn't tell you this back then. The district attorney's office is ready to file charges against you for homicide.
Mary Jo doesn't flinch. No denial. No emotion. All pretense falls. She sits in stone-cold silence. At this point, it isn't about punishment. It's about closure. She has two options. Option A, she gets an attorney, works with the DA, and maybe they resolve things quietly. No cuffs, no headlines, maybe even probation. Option B, extradition, transport, jail cells, bond hearings, a trial she won't survive. He's offering mercy before the storm. Mary Jo does not deny the accusations, and she shows no remorse. Her eyes are blank as a shark's.
I don't know.
Sure,
I
sure. I
don't
get
feel confident either way.
Yeah, I get
Until I
that.
know. I just really need to know.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
She even manages a chuckle.
One of the many reasons why we brought Mark involved, other than he's handsome, intelligent. But Mark brings the legal aspect of it, right?
The other officer finally offers a reality check.
Assuming that the DA does charge you, we'd like to be able to advise him on which way to go. If he does charge you, are you willing to come back to Wisconsin and appear in court on the charges, or does the DA need to file a warrant?
Yeah, I've got so many doctor appointments that, I don't, because what do you have to come back for a certain amount of time or
Mary Jo is visibly panicked. For the first time, she has run out of words. It's finally game over.
Bond gets set. We have
do
some.
I need my attorney with me at that point, are you saying then? Or?
It's, you know, again, I'm not the guy who can give you advice on that because I'm not
I was wondering because I have an important one I got to go to because I have some internal bleeding.
Yeah. Generally, it's best that people are represented by counsel sooner rather than later.
Mary Jo Bailey has run out of time. She ends the interview with an excuse.
I need to get this next appointment next week and find out what's going on.
What she doesn't realize is that another appointment has already been made, one she can't skip.
Well,
Oh, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute?
I got a phone call here. Hey, Max, I'll call you back.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, bye. Bye. Yeah, what did you want?
I just need to you step out here for a second?
Yeah, I've got my pajamas on.
Hey,
here.
Mary Jo. Do you remember me? I'm Andrew.
From
We
Wisconsin.
were here last year.
Don't know if I do or not.
Okay, that's okay. I'm not very memorable, so that's okay.
Well, we have a warrant for your arrest,
This time, there's no small talk.
okay? So we're going to have to end up arresting you, and we're going to take you down to the jail today, okay?
I got some appointments. I suppose I can.
You're not going to make those appointments, unfortunately. I'm
I know.
sorry.
Mary Jo tries to stall, then lets out a dry laugh, knowing they have her cornered. The only thing to do now is be practical.
I got to call my daughter then and let her know she's right down the street.
We can make that arrangements for you, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
me
we're
see this
going to
real
have
quick.
to make that call, so we can't have you make
We have
that
a
call.
search warrant for your house, and this is included in the search warrant, so we're going to secure this as well, okay? That's my right
Oh, I
hand.
thought mine was.
Yeah, that's my right hand. So this detective right here, she's going to place you in handcuffs, and she's going to search you, okay?
After nearly 4 decades, justice has caught up.
So you are under arrest. If you can just step down. Thank you, ma'am. Be careful.
Can I sit on something higher? My back.
Well, let her do what she needs to do first.
Yes, I'm gonna cuff you in front, okay?
Escorted out of her home, this is the last walk she'll ever take as a free woman. Over the next 7 months, prosecutors uncover the story she's hidden for 39 years. Yvonne Mink, gunned down in cold blood. By July 2024, the verdict is in, guilty of first-degree murder. Mary Jo Bailey is sentenced to life in prison, with parole possible after 19 years. When she'll be 100, the killer grandma who thought time was on her side finally runs out of it.